Hey, how's it going? My name is John Pa. I am here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is very warm and nice right now, and enjoying the weather. But let's talk about relationships and how critical they are, and how amazing they are, especially in business. It is impossible to have any business without relationships. You can't exist without them. And so the more you're willing to enter into relationships with people, care for them, think about them, treat them on a human level, not to necessarily use them for your purposes, but actually care about them, the more successful you'll be. Of course, you have to think about ways of adding value and how you can think through, maybe it's you're a designer and you have to design something that they care about and that they want, and add value to their business. Then yes, you've got to add value. Maybe it's you're a restaurant, or you're somebody who knows words, or a copywriter, and you can write and craft messages for people. Then craft an amazing message. Anybody can add value. Everybody can add value. And so when you're forming those relationships, you need to think about what those people care about and what are ways that you can connect your talents, your skills into those relationships, and provide them something that would help their business, help their life, help their hair, help their family, help their church, whatever it is. Everybody cares about something. And so if you can communicate and connect what you can do for other people and how you can add value and something of worth to other people, then you're going to be able to have a business. You can do that all day long, and but as long as you are able to connect with people, and I don't mean like connect with people just to because I've made this mistake before. I have merely thought about how can I create value for myself, how can I get more business, how can I make more money, to be crass. And it's a terrible way to do business. You just don't you don't connect with people. They don't connect with you. More importantly, they don't think through. Wow, they don't have the thoughts of, wow, John really cares about me in my business. One thing that it really erodes your own character, who you are. Because if you care more about your own business and your own possibilities for making money, you're not really capable of thinking about ways of creating value for your customers and for your friends and for your clients. It's a mindset. These are things this is the way you think about business, and it's always connected to relationships. Now, maybe you're a technology company. And you're selling software, you're selling some kind of widget online. Even that, you're still connecting with your team. You're still connecting with your developers, your vendors, whomever. Maybe you just have an e-commerce store. You're still going to have to build up a team and your employees, and those are relationships. How do you pour into those people? You add value to them. You teach them. You care for them. You provide them bonuses if and when they perform well. Again, it's all around these relationships that value in organizations are created. So if you're not thinking about how you can be, so the question is, are you thinking about how you can develop relationships better? Not just for the sake of business, not for the sake of your own wealth, creation or whatever, but actually thinking about ways of developing and caring for these relationships, which means caring for these people. that should be something that you're constantly trying to hone, that you're constantly trying to think about in yourself, having introspection and thinking, okay, how am I doing in this area? Now, if you don't know, and you just, maybe it's hard for you to think about how you're doing it in your inner life. You don't have that gene of self-awareness. That's okay. I mean, not everybody does. You should think about asking people that you know. It could be family members, a sister or brother or cousin or friend that you know, or acquaintance that you've done work with or business with, and ask them. Ask them how they feel around you. Ask them, do they feel like you care about them more than you care about your business, or more than you care about yourself? So, and it is about feelings. It's less about thoughts, because when people make decisions about relationships, they don't do them necessarily just because of thoughts or thinking about the data. They do them because of how they feel. It's an emotional decision. Believe it or not, it always shocks me how much people make decisions based off of emotions. And the only way you can really know that is based off of your knowledge of your relationships and understanding people. So if you're wanting to grow in this area, it is critical for you to think about gaining that self-awareness of, how am I doing in this area? How am I actually caring about other people? And I'll tell you about my mistake. I mean, actually the company that I started and grew was doing really well. I was just completely possessed by my own success, and I stopped caring about people as much as my success, and that not only hurt my business and other people, it also hurt myself. It hurt me. I made some really bad decisions. I said some really stupid things, and my business started to struggle. And so I say this out of great success and also great failure. That this is important. And the funny thing is, when I first started, I thought less about business. I thought less about money I was making or wasn't making. I thought about how I can serve people. And I remember when I was going through that success and really struggling with relationships, and then started to struggle and go downward in my business because I was not focusing on relationships. I came to this realization maybe a year or two later, was like, I asked myself, why did I struggle? Why was I failing? And I realized that I put money before relationships. I put my own value and my own success ahead of others. And that selfishness, that lack of love, was a cancer inside of me and inside of my business. And I had to get my head and my heart right. And so I'm really grateful to God that I went through that struggle, because I think it really put me on a much better path, and it set me right, because I saw, wow, I am really that selfish. I don't care. So the question is, how are you doing? What are you thinking about? How is your mindset? How are you thinking about your relationships and other people? Are you thinking, I can just get ahead by using these people? Or are you thinking about how to help them get ahead and help them succeed? I guarantee you, if you do the latter, you will do well. Now, I'm not saying that you can just become a doormat and do whatever people say. No, I'm not saying that. You still need to add value, and you still need to charge for whatever you do. Not all of it, maybe whatever, but with the pricing and all that stuff is another episode or talk. But right now, it's in your heart and your mind, and in your relationships. Who's more important? Is it you, or is it someone else? Is it the other people? Obviously, this is not just important in your business, but it's critical to your family, to your marriage, to your friendships. So if you're putting other people first and you're caring about other people just as much as you care about yourself, you will succeed. So hope you're doing well, and please subscribe. Love to hear from you, and love to hear about your relationships and how you're struggling and how you're succeeding in all this. So feel free to reach out, comment, and have a great day. Bye.